Yo, 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 what's good? Look at this. Fucking HD ass quality, bruh. Look at this. Look at how nice this looks. Look dry as hell. My favorite Asian. Guys, I want to try something a little bit different. Oh my god. Is that loud as shit? Is it loud as fuck? How's that? Um, how's the audio? You guys always bitch about the audio, so I want to make sure it's all good. What's good? What's good? Where you guys all tuning in from? What's up, King? What's good? Audio's great. Cult leader's back. Never been to a live this early. Guys, I have a lot to talk about today. I want to try a little bit different. Why don't we like investigate something together? I mean, truthfully, this is like time that I was gonna use to what is it? This is time that I was gonna use anyways to research. But why not research together? Why not crowdfund? Why not involve you guys? Because I feel like I need to make a video on this shit, right? I feel like I need to make a video on this whole healthcare stuff that's going on. Who's been following it, by the way? The one guy who has more than one brain cell. Who saw the latest video, by the way? Who watched the latest video? What was Luigi's? Yeah, Luigi's. It's crazy. His name literally just sounds like Luigi's Mansion. I don't know if any of you guys play that game. Yeah, have you guys been following this? I want to hear some ones in the chat if you guys have been following this kind of crazy case that's going on. So for those who don't know, also guys, if you want to send me some stuff that I should react to, go into my Discord. Go to my Discord and throw me some stuff in media, because that's what I'll be reacting off of. God, I hate when people just start fucking talking in this. Like, what the hell are they doing? What the fuck are they doing? Why are they having a conversation in media? Yeah, who's been following this? One, two. Come, okay, nice. Yeah, I haven't been following the crime. It's so crazy that he is so established. He was literally valedictorian. I know, it's wild. That's the craziest thing. All right, Sam, you're timed out. Peace. I'm not tolerating that bullshit. It's crazy. It's really crazy, right? Like oftentimes when we hear about like a shooter, right? Usually they're white. Usually they're white. Just saying, like it's something I've noticed. But usually they're like kind of like social outcasts. Usually they're social outcasts. I think that's like the biggest thing, right? Is like they're usually social outcasts. They didn't really have like many friends. Kind of like the loner type, kind of like people who kept to like themselves, were bullied a lot. But it seems like in this instance, it's completely different. And I think that's what's making it very interesting for a lot of people is this guy went to UPenn, an Ivy League school. He seemed to have like a lot of friends. I think he was like even like a fraternity, all these different things, right? I mean, there are more white people living in America, but I do think it is pretty disproportionately white people though, right? I don't know. Is that controversial to say? Most shooters, or at least school shooters. Anyways, the CEO secondhand killed so many people, but at the same time, murder is murder. It's such a double-edged sword topic, regardless of size you choose to side with. I mean, like, put it this way, right? It's like if you're gonna be involved in an industry like healthcare, if you're the president, right? I mean, obviously, like that's completely different tiers. But like, let's say for example, Trump has blood on his hands too. I'm sure a lot of you guys also voted for Trump in this stream. Like, yeah, I think the higher you go, like the more blood that you're gonna have on your hands. Like that's without a doubt. I don't know. Personally, for me, it's been interesting because I don't think you can ever justify murder, even if it is the CEO of one of the most corrupt healthcare systems in the world and the largest insurance provider of that. Like I grew up in a family of doctors. So I absolutely understand how fucking corrupt these insurance companies are. They misbill my family. They fuck over patients by denying a bunch of claims. It's a whole mess. It's absolutely a whole mess. But we can't say that murder is ever okay. And I think like this has been interesting though, because I think what the good thing about this is that it's transcended party lines, right? I think both people on the right and left have kind of like rallied behind this as like a good thing. I think that's kind of like the overwhelming like response from like a lot of people is that this is like a good thing that this guy was murdered. But I'm curious to hear you guys. Come from a similar background, it seems pretty plausible. Smarter people have higher chances of getting away with shit. Interesting. Samir, did you come from a Ivy League school? Healthcare really that bad in America? It's just extremely expensive. So many people are absolutely bankrupt depending on the type of bill that they have. Like for example, I'm not gonna lie, I don't have health insurance right now. Since I've like quit my job like last year, I just haven't gotten around to it. It's not like I can't afford it or anything, but I just kind of like held off. I'm relatively a healthy individual, knock on wood. But that's also the biggest thing is that most often your insurance is tied to some sort of employment. That's how healthcare works there. Whereas in many other countries, right, it's not tied to your employment. If you lose your job, you're still going to be able to not go bankrupt over like a medical bill, right? Don't get out. Insurance companies are basically the middlemen in healthcare. Yeah, exactly. And that's also what makes it so expensive in America. It's the private health insurance. That's why there's so many bullshit charges that you get anytime you get any sort of itemized receipt when you go to the dentist, an eye doctor, or your primary care physician. That's how they gain the most revenue. That's exactly right. And guys, like, in short, I think insurance companies are one of like the worst. Like, it is one of the most like evil, like business models out there because it's essentially banking on people, right? Like the way they profit is by not helping more people. Like they're literally incentivized to deny as many claims as possible because obviously, right? If every person that pays like a monthly premium is getting healthcare every day, insurance companies will be completely in the red. They'll be completely bankrupt. Insurance companies literally work by employing algorithms. They employ different things. They employ shady like customer service tactics to deny as many claims as possible. It's fucked up. It's extremely fucked up. But is this vigilante justice that you want to call it justified? I don't think so. I personally don't think so, but I'm actually really curious on what you guys think. So yeah, I'm curious. Where do you guys stand on this? I know I've asked that. I just kind of went on like a rant. I haven't been looking at the chat. Where do you guys lie on this whole kind of like debate? Are you guys happy that this motherfucker got murdered? I'm gonna go get some water, so don't leave because I'm fucking parched. But I'm curious on what you guys think. Okay, poll. I'm gonna do a poll. Okay, CEO of United Healthcare justified. Yes, no. Okay, start poll. All 128 of you, I want to hear your guys' opinion. Yes? Wow, look at that. Okay, I'm going to go get some water. I'll be right back. Okay, good. Appreciate none of y'all leaving. Okay, no. Okay, cool. Interesting. So pretty much like roughly half or over half have said no. I'm anti-violence. The only safety net I've ever used has been Medicare. Yeah, but it is expensive. I worked for it and wasn't fun. I seen claims that weren't paid for years. Yeah, exactly. There's also a lot of shit like that where like out of nowhere you'll just like check actually like your statements and then you'll find that claims have been like denied. And it'll just be like something routine that you'll get all the time. that's also things that they bank on. They bank on you not checking your statements, and for years, right? Just like having routine things that should easily be claimed, be denied. Like those are also the shady shit that they do. It's fucked up. It's extremely fucked up. Not happy about his death, exactly, but his company has killed so many, it brings attention to an issue, forcing it to be addressed. That is exactly true. That is exactly true. Luigi was a supposed anti-capitalist and corporate activist. I'm too poor for healthcare and government help isn't great, but I do agree with someone, but I don't agree with someone being assassinated. Isn't it 10 p.m. for you? No, it's 8 p.m. So, okay, interesting. So, okay, I'm going to release like end the poll here. Okay, whoever hasn't voted, just vote. Come on. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, you fucking vote. All right. So, as you guys can see, 55% when I asked the question, is the murder of the CEO of United Healthcare justified, said no. 44% of y'all said yes. So I'm curious. I'm in the camp that no fucking murder is justified. Like, yes, you can't call this guy innocent, but let's be real, right? Like, at the end of the day, he's a CEO. He has his job too, as a public company, to increase as much stock value for his shareholders. Like that's what he's employed to do, right? That's his day job. Just how right now my job is to fucking yap at you guys for like the next hour or so. You guys have your own job suit. We all have our individual jobs that we need to do to put our food on the table, right? You have to acknowledge that. Yes, you might work for an evil company, right? But then you can make the case for any Fortune 500 company. If you guys are wearing Nike right now, Nike uses child labor. What? So you guys going to be happy if the CEO of Nike gets killed? Yes, I know this is different. This is healthcare insurance. A lot of people have extremely bad experience with it. So do I. But you get the point. It's a revolution, not murder. Don't be so soft. I mean, come on. A revolution? You think this is a fucking revolution? You think this death is going to change what's going to happen in American healthcare? I think it's cool is that it's bringing a lot of awareness. But in fact, do you think that's the response of the CEOs of the other companies? No, they're probably tightening up security right now. I know for a fact that they probably had a bunch of meetings internally to make sure that CEOs aren't walking around at 6:30 a.m. in the middle of Midtown Manhattan or else they'll get whacked. Like, I don't think... Wasn't the murder from a very rich family? Yes. I mean, this kid went to UPenn. Like, let's start looking at this together. If you guys have any stuff that you guys want me to react on this, I'm going to react to stuff. So, oops. So I'm going to shortlist some stuff. We're going to react to a bunch. Join the Discord if you want to want me to react to a bunch of shit. We're gonna investigate this together, right? This is just gonna be time that I was gonna use to research for this video that I want to make. Let's see. Okay, see a bunch of people sending some bullshit. Condemning the United Health CEO assassination.
So a few days ago.
Okay, interesting. We'll do that. Guys, throw it in here if you guys want me to do so. Damn, I'm thirsty as hell. I just play some soccer, so. Okay, anyways. Throw it in there. Join the Discord. Give me some good shit to react to. In the media page. First and foremost, what I want to start off with, can you guys see my screen all right? So this is the guy. For those who have not been following it, let me give you a short synopsis. Whether if you're not American or you don't watch the news besides me, this is what happened. So today, literally just a couple hours ago, what happened is that it was revealed that this guy seems to be the most likely suspect. I believe he's been apprehended. He's been caught. So what happened a few days back is the CEO of United Healthcare was assassinated. So this guy's a new CEO, but just a few days ago, this guy, I was gonna say something fucked up, but I shouldn't say that. He's dead. Rest in peace. I was gonna say he kind of looks like a chipmunk. All right, don't. All right, chill out. Okay. So what I was gonna say is this guy was heading towards a board meeting. Wow, again. All right. Relax. You can make fun of his looks. That's fine. Okay. Move on. Anyways, so this guy was heading to an investors meeting, I believe, like literally last week. He was in the middle of Midtown Manhattan by Times Square, left his hotel at 6:30 a.m. to walk over to his meeting when he was shot in the back from a guy that was masked up, hoods up, and the only video that people were able to find was this. Couple CCTV, I believe in a Starbucks. Is where they found him, right? You can see the CCTV footage of when he was shot and murdered this guy in the back. And just a few hours ago, they were able to find that this guy, Luigi Mangione, sounds like a movie actor name. Luigi Mangione was identified as a suspect in custody in United Healthcare CEO's murder. And he was, I believe, apprehended. New images show United Healthcare CEO killing suspect in taxi. So it seems like that was, oh wait, that's not him being apprehended, but that was another kind of footage that people were able to find to finally piece this guy together. How he escaped was, I believe, like on a bike, just literally rode off, and then people have not been able to find him until this week. So around 5 to 7 days is when no one had any idea who this guy was. So what's fucking insane is that since he's been apprehended, his Twitter following has literally reached almost half the subscribers that I have on YouTube. And like I was saying in the beginning of this, for those who joined, is what's very peculiar and strange about this assassination is, look, don't be mad at me, because I'm sure a lot of you guys probably fit this description, especially if you're interacting in this live stream. There's a lot of kind of shooters like this, right? They tend to be kind of, one, white. Two, like in most seriousness, kind of like the loner type, kind of like the ones that were social outcasts, kind of like the ones that were bullied, the ones that didn't really have friends. You know, oftentimes not someone that you would expect to be in very decent shape. This is a crazy banner. I don't know what this represents, like some sort of shirt like surgery that he had on his spine, a Pokemon, and then I guess him and some hike. This is not really someone that you would expect. He went to UPenn. That's an Ivy League school, the University of Pennsylvania. You guys want to know what the average acceptance rate is? The acceptance rate of University of Pennsylvania, guys, is 7%. It's a legitimate Ivy League school. But what's crazy is that this guy seems to be the subject. And I saved a couple of things that we can kind of like go over, right? And again, he's a hot dude. Oh my gosh, how do you say that? How to describe me? Again, how dare you point out a true fact descriptor? Fuck you for being accurate. I mean, of course, this isn't the Harvard. Didn't the Unabomber also go to Ivy League school? That's actually a really good point. And I'm glad you said that because, again, guys, right, this is only Twitter. So, like, look, things are probably still being fact-checked as we see. But, how do I pull up my lists? How do I pull out my save lists on Twitter? Sorry, I'm being a boomer. How do I pull up like my saved shit? Like I saved some stuff for this. You guys know what I'm talking about? Like, where's my saved lists? For the Twitter users, I know where to access it on mobile, but I have no idea how to access it on the computer. Chat, does anybody know how do I fucking find that? Chat, help, please. Oh, bookmarks. Okay. All right. I was just testing you guys. So someone mentioned the Unabomber. So for whoever doesn't know what the Unabomber is, this is actually one of like the craziest like stories. I'm not going to go too much into it because I do want to start investigating this. But the Unabomber was this guy named Ted Kaczynski, who was an American mathematician who went to Harvard. He got crazy after being put into a bunch of like these CIA UK Ultra tests where he was essentially brainwashed. But anyways, he like was like a vigilante who essentially wanted to expose like a lot of the society. And what's crazy is that a lot of like the predictions that he came up with came true, like how technology was going to ruin society and all these different things. So it was very interesting that someone mentioned the Unabomber because it seems like he actually quoted this guy, Luigi Mangione. It seems like this guy, can you guys see it? Right? So couple facts here. He was an Ivy League student, right? Like we talked about, right? Just seems like a normal fucking dude. Like a normal fucking Italian dude that you'll see running around all over New York and shit. He had a GitHub. So I guess he used to work at Uproar or something like that. He often reposted tweets about anxiety. Something about shrooms and shit. He was a valedictorian of his high school. I'm curious, do we have any valedictorians in the chat? Like, I'm actually good friends with like the valedictorian of my graduating class from high school, and he went to Harvard. He's a funny guy. Very, very intelligent. Yeah, I'm curious. Anyone in here valedictorians? I doubt it. But like, you know, valedictorians aren't usually just like the smart loner type. They have to also be some sort of, they have to have some sort of competence. I could have been, but I had to drop out, sadly. That's like the whole like same equivalent of like, oh, I would have gone pro. I would have gone on the NBA, bro, if I didn't get like injured in my knee. Was too lazy to do that. I could have, but I had to drop out, sadly. Okay. Legitimate, but come on. Sounds like an excuse. You had a Facebook account or so what seems like to have been the turning point is that friends that went to high school with Luigi Mangione said what keeps coming back up is back surgery that changed everything for him, and he went absolutely crazy. So I know we looked at his banner earlier. This seems to be the exact same kind of X-ray photo that we saw. And this was his Goodreads account. So it was, I guess, him looking at a bunch of back pain stuff. And he was an avid reader. He was an avid reader that read 295 books listed on Goodreads. Like, academically, he held both a master's and bachelor's degree in computer science from the University of Pennsylvania. This guy wasn't just some average loner dude. This guy was legitimately a smart, seemed, at least in the beginning, a well-adjusted guy. Right? Like we talked about, he was a valedictorian. And then I think this is exactly where the Unabomber comes in. Seems like Luigi Mangione wrote violence is necessary in an Amazon review of Unabomber, the Kaczynski Manifestos. Like I told you guys, right? This guy is the Unabomber. I highly recommend you guys look into it for those who don't know. Super fascinating. Essentially went on was able to evade the FBI, CIA in a manhunt and was releasing these manifestos where he was just like blowing people up with like these bombs that he would do. And each time he would have some sort of essay or manifesto on the state of society. I'm curious, guys. Chat, are you WRL? Do you guys like this? This is literally me like researching and just talking out loud, so you guys can see like how I'm gonna start formulating the videos. So like, if you guys like this, like let me know. Like if you guys want me to do more of this, you guys can like see like my thought process of how I start forming and how I start like gathering as many facts as possible. Like, guys, do you guys know how much fucking work it takes to like make the fucking videos that I do? You guys might just be like sitting in your toilet taking a shit, or playing it in the background while you're folding laundry. Every fucking goddamn word that I spit, script, and come out is hours of research like this. So might as well fucking monetize it and have you guys watch the ads and the streams. And if you guys want to donate, you guys can too. But I'm not gonna beg for donos. Calm down, damn. Okay. Anyways, so let's read this review. So this is the review that he left on the Unabomber's Manifesto, Industrial Society and Its Future. So the Unabomber often talked about how industrial society is going to be the end of civilization and all that. Clearly written by a mathematics prodigy, mind you. This guy is a computer science master and a bachelor's degree. Reads like a series of lemmas on the questions of 21st century quality of life. It's easy to quickly and thoughtless write this off as a manifesto of a lunatic in order to avoid facing some of the uncomfortable problems it identifies. It's a fair point. But it's simply impossible to ignore how prescient many of his predictions about modern society turned out. He was a violent individual, rightfully imprisoned, who maimed innocent people. Man, how ironic is that? He wrote this January 31st, 2024, literally 11 months ago. Man, isn't that crazy? Doesn't that give you kind of chills? This guy who just shot the CEO of the biggest American healthcare went on a 5-day run where no one was able to identify him, wrote 11 months ago he was a violent individual rightfully imprisoned who maimed innocent people. Fucking crazy, right? Chat, think about that. Think about that for a little bit. I guess hindsight's always 20/20, but let's keep going. He said, while these actions tend to be characterized as those of a crazy Luddite, however, they are more accurately seen as those of an extreme political revolutionary. A take I found online that I think it is interesting. Had the balls to recognize that peaceful protest has gotten us absolutely nowhere, and at the end of the day, he's probably right. Oil barons haven't listened to any environmentalists, but they feared him. Very interesting. I made a video before talking about climate activists and how I talked about those that vandalize property are probably the worst at changing people's minds. But is there a point, guys? Is there some sort of point in... Because we're talking about it now, right? We all know American healthcare is bullshit, but look, I'm streaming right now. You guys are all tuning in. You guys have all kind of been following what's going on. It's a crazy media. You know what's crazy is that this has probably been talked about more than Donald Trump's assassination attempt. I mean, of course, this one was successful, but you know what I mean? Look, I don't condone violence, but it is kind of crazy how stuff like this actually gets us talking about societal issues. There is something about that. Someone said, nah, this got me bricked up for real, for real. That's insane. Man, sometimes I go back and forth if my audience is smart or we're a bunch of fucking retards. What the fuck? We got Sam and fucking Izaki literally saying, nah, this got me bricked up for real, for real. A lot of people play idiots. It's just to get laugh out. Yeah, shut your ass up. All right. When all other forms of communication fail, violence is necessary to survive. You may not like his methods, but to see things from his perspective, it's not terrorism, it's war and revolution. Fossil fuel companies actively suppress anything that stands in their way, and within a generation or two, it will begin costing lives by greater and greater magnitudes until the Earth is just a flaming ball orbiting third from the sun. Peaceful protest is outright ignored. Economic protest is impossible in the current system, so how long until we recognize that violence against those who lead us to such destruction is justified as self-defense? Bro, that's fucking crazy to read. This was, again, 11 months ago, before he pulled the trigger and killed the CEO of the biggest healthcare insurance company probably in the world. Getting oil up now. Shut up, Kozu. Fucking retard. Okay, and then it continues. These companies don't care about you or your kids or your grandkids. They have zero qualms about burning down the planet for a buck. So why should we have any qualms about burning them down to survive? We're animals, just like everything else on this planet, except we've forgotten the law of the jungle and bend over for our overlords when any other animal will recognize the threat and fight to the death for their survival. Violence never solved anything is a statement uttered by cowards and predators. Do you think he planned this in a year in advance? I think so. I don't know about like actual pen to paper and doing this, but clearly this shows that he was getting inspired by shit. Whether that's it's not like a casual read. I don't think many people are casually reading the Unabomber Manifesto on their Kindle. It's probably not something that people are reading to relax while they're sitting on the beach on a Sunday afternoon, right? Like it's probably a heavy read, right? It's about a guy who was captured by the FBI and died and lived like a very torturous life because he was a part of a CIA experiment, writing about the ills and pillages of society. Like that's not going to be a light read, right? Like not many normal people are going to be reading that on a Sunday, like I said. So there is something to that. So I'm sure he was starting to get all inspired, right? Like he was probably getting ready, just how before a big game or before a big date, you might start listening to music. He's getting inspired. He's getting in the state of mind. That's for damn sure. So let's keep continuing on with this thread. It says Luigi Mangione is cousins with the sitting Maryland state delegate Nino Mangione, who represent District 42A. Gun and fake ID found on Luigi Mangione when he was apprehended. Luigi Mangione's last quote he liked on Goodreads speaks volumes. Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. Bro is the perfect movie antagonist. Seriously. He's like an anti-hero's dream. These businesses are animals too. Survival of the fittest. The bigger the company, the bigger the appetite. King of the jungle. The king does what he wants. His word is law. Long live the king. Man, this guy's probably been reading the manifesto too. Yo, someone keep an eye on B Toge, bro. Someone keep an eye on him, bro. That shit sounded way too premeditated and poetic. Bro said, "Long live the king." Where do I send a link of this Twitter post? Join the Discord and put it in the media. My question is, why was the CEO walking alone? I mean, I don't think there's CEO. I mean, look, it's Manhattan. Kozu, you live in New York. I know. I'm sure some of you guys live in New York. It's just you walk around places. You see someone like the biggest people just be walking around New York. Okay, reviews from the McDonald's he was arrested at. Okay, that's not really important. Luigi Mangione, the alleged United Healthcare CEO shooter, scheduled videos to be. Oh no. This seems to be fake. I did see a community note on this. It's like someone pretending to be him. Luigi Mangione's disdain towards the healthcare industry is likely due to his treatment of an ailing relative, according to the New York Post. He lost his grandmother in 2013 and his grandfather in 2017. Maybe it ties back to the fact that claims got denied. Luigi Mangione's sister sends prayers to her brother on her Instagram story. Man, that's crazy. True, I ran into Floyd Mayweather with Sneeko. Yeah, see, people are just walking around New York. It's a huge city, and there's a walking culture. So, yes. And also, how many people even know what the CEO of United Healthcare even looked like? Right? None of you guys had any idea what that guy looked like. Do you think, seriously, if this guy just passed you along, would you have any fucking idea? Unless you were a killer waiting with a mask and a hood, waiting to shoot him in the back on his way to a meeting. No one would have known. know what I'm saying? A commenter points out that December 11th flashed in the bottom corner of Luigi's YouTube video. I did again hear that this was fake. Luigi Mangioni's Instagram has been deleted. Luigi Mangione apparently has a PhD. Do any of you retards have a PhD? I have questions. Pretty huge dick. Nice. Yeah, this is crazy. Like I said, like we just checked it. He has like 200K plus followers on Twitter. Bro just had like 500 before he was announced as like the likely suspect in this. Unconfirmed reports are circulating that the United Healthcare CEO shooter is bisexual. Okay, weird. X has suspended Luigi Mangioni's suspected account. Oh, I thought we just went on it. Okay, cool. So I'm curious. What do y'all think about this shit? Again, has a PhD too. Yeah, see, let's roll out new NYC. He's in New York. Like famous people are like riding the subway, walking around all the time. Like I was once in New York and I was in the same gym as who's like that gay guy that plays like the mega straight guy in How I Met Your Mother? Patrick something. He doesn't know what I'm talking about. He's like gay in real life, but then plays like a big player in How I Met Your Mother. He has like three names, like Patrick something something. Oh, Neil, no. You guys know what I'm talking about. No, not Neil. Yeah, Neil Patrick Harris. Wait, is that him? Yeah. Like I've seen him at like the gym. He was like ass fucking naked. I mean, because we were just in the locker room, right? I wasn't gonna like be like, oh my god, I gotta get your autograph. Like we're naked in a gym. Like that happens all the time in New York. Okay, cool. I have some other shit saved. So again, valedictorian. I think we already saw that. Okay, this is allegedly Luigi's Manifesto. This should be interesting. This is allegedly. Okay, let's read this shit together. The allopathic complex and its consequences. So can you guys read this? Here, let me try and make it bigger. Can y'all see this? Does that help? No? Okay, whatever. Okay, I can't do it. Okay. That's the best you're going to get. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to read it to you. I can't zoom into this fucking... Okay, hold on. Okay, there it is. So, the allopathic complex and its consequences. Apparently, this is Luigi Mangioni's last words. We'll see. The Second Amendment means I am my chief, own executive and commander-in-chief of my own military. I authorize my own act of self-defense in response to a hostile entity making war on me and my family. And guys, remember that review that he left on the Unabomber Manifesto. He was greatly inspired that violence is the solution to make noise and real change in this country. And to a certain extent, he's right. Nelson Mandela says no form of violence can be excused. Camus said it's also the same. Whether you live or die or have a cup of coffee, MLK says violence never brings permanent peace. Gandhi says that nonviolence is the mightiest power available to mankind. That's who they tell you are heroes. That's who our revolutionaries are. Yeah, is that not capitalistic? Nonviolence keeps the system working at full speed ahead. What did it get us? Look in the mirror. They want us to be nonviolent so that they can grow fat off the blood that they take from us. The only way out is through. Not all of us will make it. Each of us is our own chief executive. You have to decide what you will tolerate. In Gladiator, one Maximus cuts into the military tattoo that identifies as part of the Roman legion. As Fred asks, is that the sign of your god? As Maximus carves deeper into his own flesh as his own blood drips down his skin, Maximus smiles and nods yes. Okay, blah, blah, blah. This might be my last words. I don't know who they will come for me. I'll resist them at any cost. That's why I smile through the pain. Okay, there it is. They diagnosed my mother with severe neuropathy when she was 41 years old. She said it started 10 years before that with burning sensations in her feet and occasional sharp stabbing pains. At first, the pain would last a few moments, then fade to tingling, then numbness, then fade to nothing a few days later. So it seems like he had a mom that was probably denied an insurance claim. Yeah, she started with ibuprofen. The first doctor said it was psychosomatic. She needed to relax, sleep more. Second doctor said it was a compressed nerve in her spine. She needed back surgery that it will cost $180,000. She might never walk again, and recovery might take 6 months, 12 months for potential recovery, and she could never lift more than 10 pounds of weight again. The third doctor performed something study, MRI, and blood test, and each test cost a lot of fucking money. It is prescribed opioids. Okay, so it seems like all this is really inspired by a lot of family pain. So a revenge plot. Chat, you guys want me to keep reading this? Is this boring? Like, that's why I'm trying to kind of like paraphrase. I'm not going to read word for word. Skip the part about her United Healthcare plan. Okay. Well, I'm assuming that's the case. Read it. All this while they bled us dry with follow-up appointment after follow-up appointment, special consultations, image scans. Each appointment is supposed to be fully covered. But then the insurance claims were delayed and denied. Allopathic medicine did nothing to help my mother's suffering, yet it is the foundation of her entire society. My mother told that on a good day that... What the fuck? Can't fucking speak. My mother told me that on... Hold on. My mother told me that on a good day, the nerve pain was like her legs were immersed in ice water. On a bad day, it felt like legs were clamped in a machine shop vice, screwed down to where the crank stopped turning, then crashed further into her ankles, bones splintered, and cracked to accommodate the tightening clap. She had more bad days than good. Some of us watched our mother suffer and die of COVID pneumonia. Who's responsible for that? A lot of people. My mother crawled to the bathroom on her hands and knees. I slept in the living room to create more distance from her cries in the night. Still woke up and still went back to sleep. So it seems like her mom was really going through a lot of chronic pain. Insurance claims were getting denied. And as you guys saw, it's fucking expensive in America. 6 figures to get back surgery. Who do you think... Do you think anyone can just out of pocket pay $180K like this to pay for back surgery? Even if you are, you're like literally in debt for the rest of your life. That's more than like most college educations. Hey, thank you. Come on. Thank you for the dono. Greetings from Taiwan. It's uneasy to see the parallels between this guy and myself. Our differences are just family support, race, and being radicalized and acting on those desires. How do you feel? Man. So I guess, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? See, I have to zoom in, guys, or else you can't read it. Yeah, I mean, like, I guess that's the biggest thing, right? Like I said, it's kind of crazy to think about how this has probably been the most unifying thing to happen this year. In an election year where literally half the country is divided, I just made a fucking video talking about the gender gap. All the comments are just you guys shitting on Destiny, or Destiny fans defending Destiny, calling me a cuck centrist. Like, we're incredibly divided. But it takes something like this, where a vigilante, a kid who was frustrated, a kid who saw his mom go through chronic pain and not be able to pay medical support, claims getting denied, a frustrated, bright kid who probably had a bright future ahead of him. It took him murdering the fuck out of the CEO of the largest insurance company probably in the world for both the right and the left to be united. That's kind of crazy if you think about it. Keep reading. Don't yap. My mom told me that on a good day, the nerve pain was like her legs were immersed in ice water. On a bad day, it felt like her legs were clamped in a machine shop vice, screwed down to where the crank stopped tuning, then crushed further until her ankles, bones splintered and cracked to accommodate the tightening clap. Oh, wait, I think I already read that. Okay, So let's get to the good stuff. The high copays made consistent treatment impossible. New treatments were denied as not medically necessary. Old treatments didn't work and still put us out for thousands of dollars. United Healthcare limited specialist consultations to twice a year. Then they refused to cover advanced imaging, which the specialists require for an appointment. Prior authorizations took weeks, then months. United Healthcare constantly changed their claim filing procedure. They said my mother's doctor needed to fax his notes. Then United Healthcare said they did not save fax patient correspondence and require the hard copy of the doctor's typed notes to be mailed. Then they said they never received the notes. They were unable to approve the claim until they had received and filed the notes. Guys, this is not, whether this is actually him or not who wrote this, like, this is not far from truth. Again, like my dad is a doctor. Like, he has his private practice. Insurance companies try and fuck him all the time. Whether that's like billing payments, there's like things that seem to have been resolved after like a customer support call, like to take this off. Those things just like don't get resolved. Like, insurance companies, ask any doctor, ask any person in the fucking healthcare field that has direct experience with these guys. They're the worst fucking motherfuckers ever. Like, they are literally, their business model is to scam you. Their business model, again, isn't to help more people. It's to get as many people as possible so they can fund the few people that are going to be violently sick. And even for those people who need the most, who actually need these insurance, they'll keep raising their rates, right? So they have to pay more premiums. And also there's instances like this where they'll make up some bullshit. Who the fuck faxes shit? There's probably a lot of people in this chat right now who's never even heard of a fax machine. I've never faxed. What the fuck is a fax? It essentially, what it does is just like sends like a document. That's a fucking email. That could even be a picture. I can literally fax like this screenshot right now and just send it to you. That's literally what used to be what a fax was, right? That's what a fax is. A fax here and there to send documents, bro. That's a fucking email. You'd be surprised how they're still used. Yeah, it's like literally being held up by these boomers and these goddamn fucking insurance companies. You basically send an email, but it's printed to the other person. That's literally, that's the most, how the fuck do people still use that? Fax is a physical email. That's like a letter. That's like an email / letter. All the providers in healthcare uses fax. Bro, it's mostly used when communicating with businesses. Like, dude, for the non-Americans, like most countries, for example, use WhatsApp or even like Facebook Messenger to communicate. You can like literally communicate with businesses just by going on Facebook chat. You can order stuff. You can order stuff. You can order food. You can order flowers. You can order whatever. And you're telling me that the largest fucking health insurance company that has crazy probably profit margins still uses fucking fax? What the fuck is that? Fax equals secure communications. You can't fake it. Okay, I guess that there is that. But there's probably so many secure there is so many secure document softwares out there. Isn't that the whole point of, like, for example, DocuSign or like Adobe PDF, like things that you have to sign like electronically? Yeah, like fucking DocuSign. Fax doesn't require internet. Who the fuck doesn't use internet these days? Like, guys, like what I'm trying to say though is, like, do you guys see? Like, you guys can feel this guy's like frustrations, right? Anyways, let me make this smaller. Okay, cool. Let's keep reading. Chat, WRL, you guys like this stream so far? This is fun. Also, chat, if you guys want me to throw some shit, join the Discord. Join the Discord. Or you can tweet me right now, because I'm going to be on Twitter reacting to shit. So chat, find me on Twitter. You guys can see the fucking username. Tweet me some shit. Just tweet me, and I'll look into it. Just like tag me or some shit. You know, I'll look into notifications. Just like tag at Just Ask Ken. Let's look at this shit together. Okay. They promised coverage and broke their word to my mother. With every delay, my anger surged. With every denial, I wanted to throw the doctor through the glass wall of their hospital waiting room. But it wasn't them. It wasn't the doctors, the receptionists, administrators, pharmacists, imaging technicians, or anyone we ever met. It was United Healthcare. That's true, guys. People are dying. Evil has become institutionalized. Corporations make billions of dollars off the pain, suffering, death, and anguish cries in the night of millions of Americans. Okay, let's go next. We entered into an agreement for healthcare with a legally binding contract that promised care commensurate with our insurance payments and medical needs. Then United Healthcare changes the rules to suit their own profits. They think they make the rules and think that because it's legal, that no one can punish them. That's also the thing too. They can make up some bullshit like that, right? Where they're like, "Yeah, you have to send a fucking fax, or else we're not going to accept your claim." And then they'll be like, "Oh, wait, the fax never got sent." So they're delaying it too, right? Where often people also just give up. I don't know, who in this chat has experience with like healthcare, but there's probably been instances where you're just like, bro, I just don't want to deal with this shit. Or not even just healthcare, right? Like just dealing with customer support. Customer support that's like on purpose made to be shitty and has like no incentive to like improve. You're just like, fuck this. It's like, whatever. I'd just rather just go about my day. Okay, so now my chronic back pain wakes me in the night, screaming in pain. Oh, yeah, so I guess he has back pain too. I sought out another type of healing that showed me the real antidote to what ails us. I bide my time saving the last of my strength to strike my final blows. All extractors must be forced to swallow the bitter pain they deal out to millions. As our own chief executives, it's our obligation to make our own lives better. First and foremost, we must seek to improve our own circumstances and defend ourselves. As we do so, our actions have ripple effects that can improve the lives of others. Rules exist between two individuals in a network that covers the entire earth. Some of these rules are written down. Some of these rules emerge from natural respect between two individuals. Some of these rules are defined in physical laws like the properties of gravity, magnetism, or the potential energy stored in the chemical bonds of potassium nitrate. Like, this guy is smart. People in the chat that are like, oil up again. Like, you guys can't write this shit. You're too busy fucking spending your time looking at me yapping, saying, oil up again. Ha ha. Like, you guys can't write this shit. Like, this is not an average IQ individual. He's almost smart like me. Okay, rules exist between two individuals in a network that covers the entire earth. Some of these rules are written. Oh, wait, okay. Anyways, let's keep going. No single document better encapsulates the belief that all people are equal in fundamental worth and moral status, and the frameworks for fostering collective well-being than the U.S. Constitution. Writing a rule down makes it into a law. I don't give a fuck about the law. Law means nothing. What does matter is following the guidance of our own logic and what we learn from those before us to maximize our own well-being, which will then maximize the well-being of our loved ones and community. That's where United Healthcare went wrong. They violated the contract with my mother, with me, and tens of millions of other Americans. This threat to my own health, my family's health, and the health of our country's people requires me to respond with an act of war. Wow. So I asked in the polls earlier, is the murder justified? So to sum it up, for those who just joined too, this was the manifesto allegedly that was written by him before he did this. So again, what effects you think this will have moving forward? I don't know. It's getting people talking. And this only happens if people are already feeling the frustrations, right? A good example is for example, even the BLM riots. Whatever you think about it or not, the reason why it became such a big movement was, one, there was violence associated with it, right? People reacted to violence that occurred to GF, right? George Floyd. And then there was also violence that ensued of people rioting. And people were also feeling like this racial tension that's kind of been building up over the last few years. So in a similar example, this is exactly what's happening, is that people are only reacting and kind of finding solidarity in this, both right and left. It's like one of the few examples where it's not about right and left, but more like the poor and rich, which I think is more so the root of all the problems. Like I firmly believe all the big problems that we have, we like to think that it's like racism, but it's not. It's classism. Like the example that I like to use, and I know it's an extreme example, is like, look, LeBron James' son, for an example, right? Bronny James, the one who was literally just shooting into the NBA, even though he fucking sucks. Like, you can't tell me that guy has more privilege than like some poor fucking trailer trash white kid. And you can't tell me that just because Bronny's black, he's going to have more in common with some poor ghetto black kid that has absolutely no common experiences with Bronny James. No, Bronny James is probably going to have more in common with the international French student that went to his boarding school. Because they have similar experiences, similar backgrounds, similar wealth, maybe. Like, at the end of the day, yes, racism will always exist. We'll always find some way to divide each other. But I think more often than not, we're distracted that racism is the main perpetrator and reason of why we're so divided. But at the end of the day, I think it's always goes back to classism. When a war happens, the Congress members that vote on the war, their kids aren't going to be in the front lines. Their kids aren't even going to be involved in the war in any sort of way. In fact, if they are, they're probably just going to be profiting off of it. The ones that are going to get fucked are the ones who have absolutely no choice but to go to the military, right? Like, usually from very poor minority backgrounds. Those are the ones that are going to get fucked. Let's be real, right? A lot of policy, like at the end of the day, there's a term called luxury beliefs. Like, for example, abortion. That was a big thing this election, right? Especially that's what Democrats talked about. But at the end of the day, like the white, liberal, upper middle class, yuppity ones that are kind of like using that as like the main reason why they wanted to vote their certain way, or why they kind of frame it as like they're taking away women's rights. Those types of people are never going to really be even affected by abortion being completely abolished or even being permitted. At the end of the day, abortion disproportionately affects poor, young black women. So it's very easy to say like, oh my God, we need to keep abortion, or, oh my God, we need to let trans athletes like compete against biological women. It's easy to say, it's very easy to be democratic with things that don't affect you. You know what I'm saying? Chat, what do you think? Y'all agree? Sorry, whenever I go on these rants, I kind of just like ignore the chat for a little bit. Can we go dark mode again? How do I do that? How do I do dark mode? Agreed. Repeat rant again. Just go back. How do I go dark mode? My issue with this is that why did he choose the CEO? If this was about his family, why the CEO not figuring out something more directly connected to people than his family? I agree, man. It's like, what the fuck did this CEO do? Like, yes, you can say he has blood on his hands, but like, at the end of the fucking day, like the CEO is also just trying to put food on his table too. You guys might like roast me for that, but it's true. You guys would be fucking devastated if, like, for example, the CEO was your father or your brother or even a close friend. Yeah, he is the one that directs the company. But what the fuck is killing him gonna do? But I guess that was his point, though, right? Is that he felt that he needed to use violence to get people talking about this. And I think that's where he has a point. I think that's where he has a point. Yeah, that's a good point too, Jeffrey. He's able to put food on the table with several thousands of people. That's also true too. Yeah, I'm curious. For those who disagree, give me some arguments. Are we really going to say that someone who is also just doing their job is also justified in getting fucking murdered? But then also, when you read this manifesto, this isn't just me playing the both sides, but like, use some fucking common sense too. Because at the end of the day, let's be honest. This has gotten people to talk about healthcare again. Do you think this is going to lead to the overhaul of the healthcare system? No. CEOs of all industries are probably just going to tighten up security. It's not going to like lead to change. Stop telling lies about black women. What lies am I telling about? Abortion is the biggest killer of black people. Most radicals, getting curse count 52. Most radicals are in political echo chambers. People in constant chronic pain are in an echo chamber of their own thoughts. From my own experience, this is a result of politics and body pain. Interesting. And I mean, like, clearly he was in pain. Not just his own back pain, but seeing his own mom. This will pass by like everything else. This won't change it. Okay, put it this way, guys. For example, did BLM change any racial tensions? Did the BLM movement change anything? Some of you guys are probably black in the chat. I want to hear it. Black people in the chat. I want to hear it. What did BLM do for you guys? Besides guilty white people texting you saying how sorry they are. Besides, oh my God, this was such a crazy time. Do you guys remember this shit? You guys remember this shit? Oh my God. What did BLM accomplish besides this? It raised racial tensions, if anything. Bro, what is Homeboy doing? Bro, what is Homeboy doing? Bro. Did Nancy Pelosi fucking saw racism when she put on this fucking scarf? Get the fuck out of here. You guys okay, look, this just it sounds like extremely pessimistic, but like I'm just drawing some parallels here. Yes, this is raising awareness. But again, do you guys really think killing the CEO, even if he's the largest, look, he was probably replaced already. Look, I will bet you money. That's also the thing too. At the end of the day, the CEO is just hired. He wasn't the founder of United Healthcare. He was actually just probably hired because he's had a track record of running maybe similar companies or similar sized companies. And he's more of an operator. That's what a CEO is. They're not the founder of the company oftentimes. They're just operators. They're just operators that can literally grow businesses. They're literally put in there. Oftentimes, not even because they're experts of healthcare or that particular industry, although that's obviously advisable. They're just experts at raising stock prices, especially if you're a CEO of a public company. Yeah, like he's probably fucking replaced. I'll bet you money he's probably replaced. He was replaced already, exactly. Yeah, it's this guy now. It's probably this guy now. Or this guy. Like, that's a fucking evil smile, isn't that? Holy fuck. I hope all of you guys see this shit in your nightmares tonight. Bro, this cannot be real, bro. Who the fuck smiles like this? This is insane. He literally does not have a lip. He's straight just evil. Let me take your fucking insurance claims. Just no lip. No upper or lower lip. That is a capitalist smile if I've ever seen one. Bro, that is insane. Who smiles like that? He's a real life Joker, genuinely. But anyways, like my point is like this is all like inspiring and it's great, right? Like that's the whole point, I guess, that he was trying to accomplish, is to get people thinking about it. But no, does he justify his murder? Should he be fucking declared innocent? Fuck no, he killed someone. Like, get the fuck out of here. That's like the same thing as like, let's say like a Biden supporter saying like that guy who tried to shoot Trump shouldn't go to jail because I hate Trump, and yeah, like he's justified in doing so. You know how fucking ridiculous that sounds? I guess what I'm just trying to say is like, I understand these things are exciting, and I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer or anything. Okay, someone tag me. What the hell is this? No, don't tag me on random. Oh, wait. My fault. Okay, so this apparently seems to be a tweet by Luigi Mangione talking about Richard Dawkins when he disproves God, and within 2 decades, his side is worshiping at the DEI shrine using made-up pronouns like religious mantras. New atheism assumed that as people abandoned Christianity, they would embrace a sort of enlightened secular position. The death of Christian Scotland shows this was wrong. Faith there has been replaced by derangement in the birthplace of the Scottish Enlightenment, which rose out of Christian principles. Now worships intolerant new gods. What is he trying to say there? My neighbor is a 67-year-old white guy, and he told me he had an abortion in college. I never said that fucking white people or other races don't get abortions. What I was saying is that it disproportionately affects poor black women. Do you know how to listen? Okay. Justin, Luigi Mangione inspired meme coin. Luigi hits all-time high market cap of 45 million. Shit, guys, should we go invest in some meme coins? Bro, that's fucking insane. I'm 37, never been pregnant. I tell the truth. You and the people you know don't represent the whole populace. Do you not know how statistics work or generalizations work? Okay, tag me on some more shit. I think I have some other stuff. Let's see. I bet you it's all over. Let's see. Okay, so this is him.
Luigi Mangione.
Okay, let's read this. Luigi Mangione suggests that $8,000 in cash and $2,000 in foreign currency found on him during his arrest was planted. Despite everything said in the courtroom, the only thing Mangione had an issue with was cash in a waterproof bag allegedly found on him. One of the most interesting parts of that particular hearing was actually statements after conversations without bail. Prosecutors noted that they found him with $8,000 in U.S. cash, $2,000 in foreign currency, his passport, and also a Faraday bag. Basically, a bag designed to stop transmission of cell service or other things like that. At the end of the prosecutor's speech, Luigi Mangione said, I actually want to address 2 of the things that he said. I don't know where that money came from. I'm not sure if it was planted. And he also said that the bag was waterproof. So obviously he was trying to like get away, probably go to like somewhere foreign, Mexico, I don't know, Portugal. I tell the truth, you want a medal? Well, then why do people act like I had an abortion because I'm a black woman? I never said that. I never said I tell truth. Since you're a black woman, you'll automatically have abortion. I never said that. I was saying, in general, in statistics, abortion disproportionately affects black women. Like, you make it seem like I'm like declaring abortion on black women. No. What the hell are you talking about? All right, let's keep looking. Guys, tag me on some shit. Okay, let's look it up. Luigi Mangione. Damn. Like a true Italian, Luigi Mangioni's fatal error as an assassin was giving himself away by stopping to flirt with the cashier at the cafe before going to work. Bro, that's fucking hilarious. Oh my god. Chat tag. Okay, wait. Let me check Discord. Yeah, like this shit is insane, dog. Bro, who looks like this? Who genuinely looks like this? Why people are celebrating a CEO's murder? Oh, okay, this will be good. The logical leftist.
The CEO of a major health.
Okay, cool. Let me first start with Abba and Preach. Let's react to this together. Celebrating the murder of health insurance CEO.
CEO getting shot. You want to talk about that?
It's a murder mystery that could have been ripped from the pages of a crime novel, but it is not. This is way too real. Brian Thompson, the 50-year-old CEO of United Healthcare, shot and killed outside the Hilton
I
on
guess
6th
you guys
Avenue
all
in
know the
Midtown,
context of
covered
this.
from a near.
The host calmly.
Well, New York cops have found that and are now analyzing it. Shell casings, bullets, a water bottle, a candy wrapper, and a cell phone. New at 5 o'clock, police do believe these items belong to the killer.
We have several reports this evening, from the investigation to the victim to the fact that.
I don't really. It's just a bunch. I feel like it's a bunch of conspiracy that I hear.
Okay.
And I don't know.
They're saying on the bullets they were written, denied, delayed.
Okay, mind you guys, this was just like 24 hours ago, so it was not revealed yet that Luigi Mangione was like the killer.
It comes from the insurance.
Yeah.
So actually, here's what I think is interesting. So if you haven't heard, there's a CEO who was essentially assassinated.
A CEO of what?
Of a health insurance company.
Thank you.
He'd been working there for 20 years, ended up becoming CEO after some time. Maybe it was longer, 30 years, whatever, it doesn't matter. Since he was assassinated in the street, a lot of people started discussing the matter online. And I think what's interesting about this is not necessarily the assassination itself, but the way people... Assassination. Don't try to manipulate.
Manipulation.
Essentially, people are discussing, like, oh, he deserved it, oh, he didn't, all this other stuff. And the reason why some people are saying that is because he's a CEO of an insurance company. And health insurance in America is a really wild thing.
And Jay, we understand that police are zeroing in on a motive at this time?
Yeah, exactly right, Sandra. Investigators.
So isn't that crazy how it also took like 5 to 7 days in a murder that happened in the middle, literally in the middle of Manhattan, and it took this long for them to find him?
Now believe that the killer had some sort of a grudge against the victim's insurance company, that he acted on that grudge.
So yeah, I mean, I guess if like the manifesto was correct, that's absolutely true.
Yes, as Bill said, they have recovered a trove of evidence, but the suspect remains at large tonight.
Brian Thompson was about to enter the Hilton at 6:40 this morning when the gunman opened fire. In this surveillance video, Thompson strides confidently toward the door when the gunman calmly walks up behind him and draws his gun. He will fire at least 3 times. Thompson will stagger to the wall where he will collapse. He shot once more while on the sidewalk before the gunman casually walks away. He was last seen on an e-bike before he disappeared into Central Park.
Their main objective as a company and as an industry is to deny as much as possible, to delay any payouts, because that's how they're trying to maximize their profits, right?
That's crazy, isn't it? Like, I think that's the biggest thing that, if you take away anything from this stream, is that when you want to look at why things happen, one cardinal rule is always follow the money, but also like an underlying rule of that is to always look at the incentives, right? If you want to look at why something happens or why behavior occurs, always look at the incentives. And that's the incentive. Right? Like, isn't that crazy? Insurance, like you as a consumer, you're buying it. So like if something unexpected, like an emergency or something you're like not accounting for, whether that's car insurance, health insurance, right? If you get in an accident or an emergency, you're not faced with some crazy fucking bill that you can't afford at the moment. Right? Yes, I did vote for Trump. That's crazy, right? Like you buy that as like the consumer, right? With that in mind, But for the health insurance companies, their exact incentive is to try and deny as many of the things that you supposedly are paying for. So like something, insurance, literally a policy made so you will have peace of mind during an emergency. You still have to literally guess and submit claims to see if you can get accepted for something that you're literally feel like you should be like that you're already paying for. And if you like, for example, in the example of a car insurance, right, auto insurance, you literally also get penalized for using the service that you use. So, for example, if you get in an accident, your premiums raise, right? And I think that even happens if it's not even your fault. Correct me on that. Fact check me on that. But it's like after you use and submit a claim when your fucking car got destroyed, your premiums to continue using that service now goes up because now you're perceived as a higher liability based on your history. That's fucking crazy, right? And I get it, right? Maybe for like life insurance, maybe if you're not active, maybe if you're obese, maybe you already have health complications. I get it in the sense of a business, why you'd want that person to probably pay higher premiums because one, they're more likely to use it and they're going to cost more as a cost to do business. But isn't that crazy that even if you make one like mistake, you could have a perfect driving record, you fucking crash once, and your fucking premiums double. And what's crazy is that, especially in the example of auto insurance, it's something that's mandatory. And I believe, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, like when Obamacare was passed, it also was absolutely mandatory. And in some states, it is still mandatory. And you can get penalized for not even having health insurance. So it's a perfect business model in the eyes of a corporation. One, especially in car insurance, everybody has to have it. Two, in health insurance, it's not even like a choice, I'm pretty sure. Like you have to pay premiums, especially if you get it through like a job. And in some states, you literally have to have it, even if you're completely healthy and you're just like, I don't want health insurance. The penalty nationwide is $0. Yeah, but that used to not be the case. I believe that was repealed by Trump. It used to be you used to get penalties. Fucking crazy.
You want to be so like us who don't live in America, right? I go and I get injured. I go through the free healthcare
They're
program.
Canadians, by the way.
Eventually I'll get there. Is it slow? Sure. Does it have its problems? Absolutely. In America, you have certain problems. If you don't have health insurance, you're looking at bills of 40, 50, tens of thousands. It's like absurd how much people sometimes have to pay medical fees. With that in mind, a lot of people have a lot of issues with the medical industry. Some people who need life-saving surgery or life-saving treatment can't get it because they don't have insurance and they can't afford to pay for it. And these people, sometimes you have insurance and they will look for everything in the fine print to try to null that insurance policy if they see you need it, right? They'll look for it. And there's like some really disgusting stories that you hear sometimes. Like that's probably some of the saddest stories that I hear come out of the States. It's stuff relating to.
Why the fuck are you guys talking about my ass? These two guys are clowns. I don't know how they got a following at all. I like all and preach.
Medical insurance. You have a newborn baby. You're not insured for certain.
My roommate is $20,000 in debt from hospital last month. Look at the free rider problem and understand why they wanted to be a requirement to have health insurance. Okay, cool. Yeah. Send me something in the Discord or tweet me on Twitter.
Things like, it's just like, I don't know, it's just tragic. Anyways, moving on past that. Because of how the industry's set up and because this person is what folks consider a major cog in the wheel, you know, as he's the CEO of a company, a lot of people don't feel bad for him.
They don't because they've been played. But, I mean, it's the human life that's trying to work. Saying that he deserves it is a bit what?
I will say, though, I think Preach is completely carried by Abba. Kind of like Fresh and Fit, like, what's his face? Fit, like, carries it. Like, I don't think Preach is a smart guy. Like, he just, like, fucking makes noises, like, dances sometimes. Someone just starts, like, speaking in, like, Quebecan, like, French. Like, let's be real. Abba makes this a 2 million subscriber channel. Let's keep it a buck. I don't know. To be honest, I've always kind of thought this. I'm not just like saying this to be contrarian. I don't know. I've never really seen this in the comment sections and I've wondered why. But like, let's be real. Abba carries Preach. They're a good duo, correct? But what I'm saying is Abba can stand alone. Okay, put it this way. Let's say they split. They still do the exact same format. Abba you guys would much rather hear Abba's takes than Preach. It's like 70-30 in my opinion. I think it's like 80-20. So this is Preach, the fatter one, and this is Abba, the very East African looking one. Nobody tunes in for Preach. Thank you. Thank you. Friend is 35K in debt just for getting a CAT scan. That's insane. Doctor was sure that the insurance would cover it. Just said that it wasn't necessary, so he's stuck with the bill. That's fucking wild. Don't want to miss a stream, but bedtime is bedtime. Later again. Boo. Thanks for joining. Wait, what's the Discord? Chat. Mods, what the hell are you doing? I'm there for Abba, but I think he needs a second person. Really? Are you guys really like... Okay, when has Preach given a great take? He just starts randomly making noises and just starts like laughing. And you could even see it even when Preach starts talking, Abba just like puts his head down, like waiting for him to just like finish whatever the fuck he's saying. Let's be real. I don't know how I'm the only one that thinks this. Abba carries the show. If Preach was the only one, this would be like a fucking 1,000 subscriber show. If you guys didn't know, it was just Preach, this would not have 2 million fucking subscribers. Get the fuck out of here.
I get it. It's wild. It is. No? Deserve?
Deserve is a strong word.
Okay, we agree on that.
But think about that company that he runs, that he's in charge of.
Yep.
How many people, for profit's sake, they denied insurance to,
100%.
or they found whatever loophole or whatever policy hole and let that person die? Mm-hmm. You know, for anyone who's been, aggrieved by the medical industry and stuff like that, is it that surprising to me that they would be like, I don't care?
It's not surprising. It's not surprising. It's just that, like you said, deserve is a strong word. But sure. I do understand that.
The show would feel so much different without a yes sir man. Like, that's what I'm saying. That's my whole point. It is like an 80-20. Like, a yes sir man. That's literally, you just literally call him like Little John. That's like ad libs. Look, he's about to say an ad lib right now.
Yeah, I understand the sentiment of this happening. I can understand people going out of their way to be like, oh, yeah, you've buttered your last biscuit, sir. And then I get it.
It's just a hard one for me because I'm sure if I pulled all the horror stories that were relating to this company and some of the people that they let die so they can make their extra bucks and break their own policies, right? There are going to be incredibly tragic stories. People who were clinging to life, and because of how these people run their shit, it's like,
and it's going to be by default. Like the minute you have an insurance company, you're going to have those stories by default. Yeah, even here.
Yeah, I mean, like I think everybody, like you guys are even just like sharing like in the chat. Like you guys are literally just sharing in the chat how many like bad experiences you or your family member or a close friend has had.
The point of the insurance is not to pay. It's to make money. So they're going to find a way. They're trying to
chat. In the meanwhile, throw me some shit that I can react to on Twitter.
Or whatever, and looking at the fine
either tag me on Twitter or send it to me over Discord.
But when it's time for them to pay out, they're going to, let's see about that.
In my opinion, beyond even this man or his company, this kinds of industry shouldn't exist. I don't think there should be a standard anywhere in the world, in my personal opinion. Because I think health insurance stuff and how it functions works really well if you got money. If you got money and you can pay for some of the best coverage.
That is true. That's also the biggest thing is that America is like the biggest spender of healthcare, but it also has the best healthcare. Like all the best doctors are still here, right? But that's only if you have money. If you need like that life-changing surgery from the top surgeon, like you're not getting that shit if you're on fucking Medicare.
And all that shit, it's great for you, but for everybody else, it's fucking trash. And knowing that, like, yeah, we can talk about this guy and people can hyper focus on this, but honestly, that's an industry, in my opinion, I can't believe exists to this day. But that's me. And I'm not trying to sit here and say, universal healthcare that we have in Canada is perfect. It comes with its flaws. But good Lord, I've never looked at the American system and thought to myself,
that's great.
I could handle being a poor person in that shit. A lot of you guys who love it, you guys got money. And most places in the world are always going to be amazing if you got money.
What I mean is, yes, I agree. We do have the worst healthcare for like developed country because it only like really helps like the few. But what I'm trying to say is that in terms of quality of care, If you have the money to pay for it, you're still gonna get the best doctors here.
Even here in Canada, if you got enough money, you can go through a lot of procedures and get shit done. It don't matter.
And when we talk about having money, we're not talking about like being dirt poor, and like the opposite of being dirt poor and everything like that. Just working class. If you're not well insured, we're not talking about like I ain't got no money to put. No, there's some people that have a roof over their head, they pay their bills, everything is all right, they have a decent job, and then some stuff happen.
Yep.
And it's done. It's
Again, Preach is just literally saying what I was saying.
It's really an injury at work, sickness, or an injury, a sickness.
Okay, that's fine. We get the point. Let's see. Which one should I react to? Let's do this one.
Talked about tons of evil companies and industries over the years, but the one I want to talk about today makes Umbrella Corp from Resident Evil look like Weenie Hut Jr. Health insurance. Now, I've ranted and raved about health.
Okay, actually, one thing I'll do, I want to get some water. I'm going to start a poll. So don't leave. Answer this. I'm going to ask you again. Murder was justified. Yes. No. I'm curious on what you guys think now. I'm curious on after looking at his manifesto, looking at a bunch of stuff. Chat, follow me on Twitter. Send me some shit. Tag me in some shit. Or join the Discord. I'll be right back. I'm just going to get some water. One sec. All right, Florian, your ass is going to timeout. Get the fuck out of here. Okay. All right. Okay, so no. Okay, interesting. So now it's become even more of an overwhelming no. 59 votes. Okay, I'm going to close the poll in like 10. So everyone vote. 10, 9, 8. I need to shave my fucking mustache. It looks disgusting. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, cool. Interesting. So that's kind of funny. After you guys like read like the manifesto, you guys just have like less sympathy for this guy. You guys are like, all right, I don't give a fuck if your back hurt or you got denied claims from your mom, from your chronically sick mom. In fact, I care less. Go big pharma and insurance. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so this guy tweeted earlier. This was actually a week before he left that review on Amazon about the Unabomber's manifesto. He said, I guess he posted this. What are your thoughts on this quote from J. Krishnamurti? It is no measure of good health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. And someone responded in the screenshot, those who feel strong aversion to adjusting to a maladjusted society are deemed mentally ill, alcoholics, substance abusers, or slackers. They're corralled into 12-step groups and are mental hospitals, or placed on medication, or even just shunned, all in the attempt to make them conform and fit in when what they really need to change is the society itself. Just as gun legislation will not end the senseless mass shootings, because what we really need to do is stop generating psychopaths as a culture. Huh. But like this response, what it reads to me too is like kind of like a lack of personal responsibility too, right? It's like how also realistic is it to like just assume the world is just gonna bend to your will? That is also the definition of insanity, don't you think? It's just like, no, everybody else is wrong. Society needs to change, not me. Like I get the point. But like, that's also kind of like lacking personal responsibility. So just mind you, this is just a screenshot of what he saw on Quora or whatever. This wasn't him responding, I don't think. So let's look at his Twitter account. Dude, he has like now 250K of like followers. People are following the shit out of this guy. That's an interesting comment. Commander 18112 said, some people are pushed to the point where they have nothing to lose, and when a company like that makes money, I can see why he does that. That's true, man. That's also very, very true. That's also very, very, very true. He clearly had nothing to lose. Stop saying healthcare. This is a war on insurance. Well, that's the biggest thing. Like, healthcare has a hand in all of that. Who do you think pays the doctors? Who do you think patients pay? Who do you think these administrators pay? It's like the healthcare is like the heartbeat of American healthcare. I mean, insurance. Private insurance is like the heartbeat of American healthcare. That's why we have all the problems that we do. That's why other countries, if they have universal healthcare, they have universal healthcare, right? They don't have to pay some private insurance for that. Just gets deducted from taxes or whatever. To talk about American healthcare, you have to talk about the insurance companies. So the reason why everybody, and I guess assumed this guy, decided to go kill the CEO of an insurance company is exactly for that reason. They are the heartbeat. No, that's government-funded universal insurance. So wait, what do you mean? And that's also a good question. Did he have nothing to lose? Sam, you're very close to getting muted. There's nothing on here, buddy. It's probably been fucking wiped. That's crazy. His last repost or like last activity was reposting the Huberman Lab. Smartphones and social media's impact on mental health and brain plasticity and how it rewires the brain with Jonathan Haidt. That's crazy. Just remember, guys, your insurance premiums go directly to private equity, help pay for poor billionaire investors' 20th house. Why not have laws that prevent these insurance companies from screwing us over? Because I mean, that's also another reason why, for example, universal healthcare will also never happen in the U.S. is that private insurance is so embedded within the realms and network of American healthcare. It's way too embedded. They have way too much power. They also probably have crazy lobby groups. You also have to remember that, right? Like, oh yeah, that's also another thing, guys. United Healthcare was getting sued. You guys know that, right? Like United Healthcare. I mean, I'm sure these fucking insurance companies are always getting sued. They probably have a new lawsuit on their desk every day. But you know, there's a huge multi-billion dollar lawsuit that's going on right now against you. A year before CEO shooting, lawsuit alleged UHC used AI to deny coverage. Dude, imagine that shit. Like right now when we talk about AI or like AI algorithms, right? Like it's namely from social media sites like the Instagram, the YouTube, TikTok. And what they do is they use algorithms to keep you entertained on your platform, right? To spend as much watch time on their platform so they can show more ads and get more money. That's fucking insane to use an AI algorithm to make you that much more efficient in denying coverage. That's evil, bruh. I feel like when you like talk about like the evils of AI, this is what people like allude to. Like that is pure evil. Super interesting, right? Let's see. One criticism of United Healthcare that has garnered attention following the shooting involves a lawsuit alleging the company uses artificial intelligence to deny coverage to some elderly patients who are on Medicare Advantage plan, despite allegedly being aware that the algorithm has a 90% error rate. Do a bit of what lobbying looks like. Oh, appreciate it. Oh, yeah, that might be a good one. I just need to figure out how to package that. But appreciate the dono. Dude, that is insane. That's also obviously the patient group that needs it the most, right? Fucking old people. They're fucking old. And there was a 90% error rate in their denial. So what that means is that they're just banking on these people being way too lazy to maybe fight the claim, or they make the customer service so cumbersome and so challenging where people also just give up. Man, that's evil. The lawsuit was filed on November 14, 2023, so exactly over a year ago. It names United Health Group, United Healthcare, and Navi Health as the defendants. It was brought by the families of two now deceased patients who were denied coverage by United Healthcare for stays at nursing homes. The suit is ongoing and its claims have not been proven in court. And that's also a big example why they also create these AI algorithms. They also delay the whole process before they're even eventually approved. So what they're also just like banking on, especially if it's targeting elderly patients, is that they're literally just banking on these patients before they give them like the approval for them to die. How evil is that? You're like, one, denying coverage. So you're banking on a group of people to just like not fight it. Two, making the customer service extremely shitty so people will just get tired of it and give up. And three, they're also denying coverages that they know should be approved so they can literally play like the waiting game for the elderly patients to die. Do a video on population collapse? That is the next video. That is coming out very, very soon. That is coming out very, very, very soon. That's our next video. That's insane if you think about it, isn't it? That's like pure evil. Love your videos, man. Thank you, Shigo's Bathwater. That sounds insane. That's an insane username, but thank you. So that's crazy, guys. Keep tagging me in some shit. Okay, someone sent a YouTube short in the Discord.
Hey, bro, you want to know the craziest part about that CEO getting in broad daylight? It's this picture. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, the CEO of this big healthcare insurance company was walking to his hotel.
Oh, actually, I have one that we can react to. I'm actually really, really curious about this because I'm going to cook this guy. I'm going to cook this guy because I think this guy's also kind of full of shit. I'm gonna cook this guy. One sec. Let me pull it up. And I saw this the other day. Okay. I don't know if you guys know this guy.
Some people criticize the reactions of like excitement about the United Healthcare CEO getting shot. They're like, it is not. This is not okay. This is an innocent man who was killed. You cannot celebrate the killing of an innocent man. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. No, the fuck it isn't. This is a dude whose job it is to commit murder behind a corporate veil.
I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts on
that. To kill you for money. These are people whose job it is to take money from you and then make you think that you're going to be covered when an emergency happens. And then when your 4-year-old daughter has leukemia, they go like, oh, dude, stall. She'll die. Just wait it out. She'll die. And if she doesn't die, buy us time to find out why we can, deny this claim. It doesn't matter. Fuck them. And I'm seeing so many people say like, vigilante justice is never okay. It's never okay to do that. It ain't okay for the first option, but
okay. Like, yes, of course he has blood in his hands. If you're a CEO of the largest insurance company in the, yes, I've said this 1,000 times already on the stream. Of course you do. Where's the lie? It's not justified to murder him. Do you also not see like what this guy is saying? And like, look, he's going to continue, but he's also just playing into his audience too. Let's keep going.
Nothing else is happening. You'd like to think that there's laws in place that prevent people from committing the corporate murder. Like everyone's like,
corporate murder. Okay.
Oh, it should go to the courts then. If it's a crime, it should go to the courts. You'd love to see that, but it ain't happening. It doesn't happen. These people get away with it and they get paid millions for it because the people who are in charge of like that you'd hope would create laws that would protect you, they're getting checks.
That's true. He's not lying with that. Like I said, right? Why aren't there laws in place to prevent all the kind of manipulation and exploitation that happens with these insurance companies? Because they have huge lobbying groups.
Table. They don't give a fuck. They're like the people who could stop.
But like justifying murder, vigilante justice. What if vigilante justice becomes something where they're like, all right, this Connor, not Connor again guy, I don't like him. I hate white dudes with a beard and a hat and black hats. Let's kill them all because white people committed tremendous atrocities in the past. Like, you know what I'm saying? Am I making a logical connection here? It's like, then it becomes lawless. He's literally advocating for like laws, and that laws should be in place, but then saying that vigilante justice is the solution. That's fucking like, do you not see the obvious contradiction there? I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's the reason why he's also flailing too is like, let me guess. He probably lives in LA. Comedian. Makes skits. Like you already know the type of audience that he has. And then like, look, I'm not just saying, wow, look at us, but like our audience is cool. Like, you guys will still fuck with me even if I bring guests that you guys don't like. Some of you guys will just click off. Some of you guys have said that you guys don't subscribe, but fuck y'all. I don't need you. I don't need that type of audience. But like, we disagree, and that's okay. That's what makes this chat dope. That's why no one's doing it like we are. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you already know like the type of audience that he has.
This are like, yeah, we looked at the laws, and actually the fine print actually kind of says that this is we actually haven't found any crimes here, so we're going to let this continue on without punishment. I did surprisingly get my third yacht overnight, so I will be taking that to the south of France if you need to reach me. When you have money,
and also, I ain't gonna lie, I fucking hate when like influencers too also kind of like try and play this game of like, I'm just like you, like the rich people, they're taking advantage just like you and I. It's like, bro, this is why I'm always gonna be honest about money. I need money to do cooler and doper shit so I can get this message out as much as possible to as many people as possible. So I'll never fucking sugarcoat the importance of money. Right? And I'll fucking work my ass off too. Right? I'll never be like, oh, we're just like you and I. Look at me, poor influencer. No, that's bullshit. I don't know. I just fucking hate when influencers like start playing like this game of like, poor people like you and I. Like, dude, this guy lives in like probably LA. He's a comedian. He has great following. And like, I'm sure he does great work. Like, look, I've never seen this guy. But like, I don't know. I just fucking hate when influencers like try and like play like this game. Like, we're just like you and I. No, you and I are not the same. I'm better than you, mother. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That I'm genuinely kidding. But like, you know what I mean? I think it's just so disingenuous when like influencers try and play this game. Like, to be honest, if I was fucking just average, you guys wouldn't be watching me right now. You guys wouldn't. If I was like fucking Sam Palladino saying, oil up, you guys wouldn't be watching me right now. You guys like it because I do bring something different. Maybe I'm willing to say some things that you guys won't. Maybe I represent some sort of like beliefs that you guys might have. Maybe I'm able to conceptualize things that you guys have kind of thought and loosely thought about, but put it into words where it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys wouldn't be watching me if I was average. If I was like, just like you and me. I just fucking hate when influencers do that bullshit, man. Like, yes, I know he's talking about CEO level rich, but it's like, it's so fake. It's so fucking fake. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for saying that. I absolutely hate talented people who act like they aren't. Yeah, like, motherfucker, I am talented. I'm better than you motherfuckers. I'm kidding. Okay, I'm kidding. But you know, okay, I don't know. I feel like you guys honestly would much rather prefer me be honest about that shit. If I was retarded, you guys wouldn't be. Maybe you'd be watching me for the wrong reason. Probably not for commentary. You know what I'm saying?
You manipulate the game. And when you don't have money, you get manipulated. And you don't get to be upset when you push people to the point of having nothing, and then they act as if they have nothing. I seen one lady on here that was like, dude, she was like a rich middle-aged white woman with emerald earrings the size of fucking rocks hanging from her ears, and her hands were in frame, and the ring on her. Dude, it was a fuck.
Bro, like, do you see this? Like, he's trying to create more of like this separation. Like, guys, you and me watching, we're getting subjugated and manipulated. But then this white woman with emerald earrings and rings, she was saying this. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? Bro, you have 680K followers. You're not average. Just literally by definition, you're not average. Like, if you probably put like, there's a crazy statistic out there, guys, where like literally only even like 1%, less than 1% of YouTube accounts have like 1,000 subscribers. So out of all the fucking YouTube accounts that are out there, whether that's active or deactivated or just inactive, out of all that, like I think 1% make it to 1,000 subscribers. So you can naturally guess how many make it to 10,000, then 100,000, and then your boy 500,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, just by that, you apply the same shit to TikTok. There's probably even more accounts on TikTok. I mean, probably not. There's probably more YouTube accounts, but you get the point. Just based on that, you're not fucking average.
Fucking house on her finger and like a red turtleneck, and she was like, when did we stop being human? This is not okay. This is an innocent man, Brian Simpson, who lost his life.
I mean, to be honest, he is innocent in that sense. He doesn't fucking, yes, he's not innocent because he works for, but does he deserve to get fucking murdered? No. And if you say yes, you're stupid. Like, imagine if everyone was just like justifying your death because you worked at McDonald's. Yes, it's different. He's a CEO, but like, get out of here.
Hey! This one doesn't involve you, Barbara. I don't think this one's for you, my love. Off with you. Dude, I was raised normally, like
what do you, like, I just hate when influencers are trying to make this separation. I was raised normally. Like, why can't she have an opinion? Like, she was saying that, yeah, like, Brian Thompson also had a family and kids. People shouldn't just be celebrating his death. Didn't deserve to get murdered, but not innocent. That's fair. That's fair. That's a fair point.
I got some screws loose too. But I was raised by like a normal mom and dad, probably like a lot of us here. Like my dad, you know, traditional dude, he was like, hey man, you want to go out and make money? You go fucking get it. But you have respect. You don't steal. You don't fuck people over, right? You're a grown ass man. You got 2 arms, 2 legs. You go make your own fucking, if you want to make a gazillion bucks, go get it, kid. But you don't fuck people over. You have some fucking honor in this world, right? You fucking do it the right way. This is not a man who got killed innocently. This is not a regular dude who got killed innocently. This is the guy who commits murder behind the corporate veil. And if you ask me, I mean, this might...
I think that's the thing. It's like, guys, like, I'm with everyone. Again, right? This is a very interesting issue because it transcends both right and left. We're all tired of corporate greed and people getting subjugated and exploited, all in the name of rising stock prices. But like guys, if we're gonna get to a point that we're like saying that he deserves to be murdered is wild. He's right, but he's trying too hard to appeal to everybody. Yeah, I guess that's maybe what I also have more of a problem with. Because, like, at the end of the day, I do agree with what he's saying. I just think it's just fucking cringe when influencers try to play this shit.
would honestly go.
But then again, maybe am I doing the same thing? Am I like crashing out? Am I like offering my criticisms because I feel like you guys will agree with me? Maybe to a certain extent. I mean, I actually don't think a lot of you guys agree with me in this take, but
to say this is pretty tame. Because let's entertain the hypothetical here that this is a very real chance that this was like a victim of this guy's healthcare bullshit, insurance shit, and he had a daughter with leukemia who they denied his claim and the daughter died. Like, dude, I said about my dad, like my dad is like like the ultimate, like, don't fuck with my family type guy, or we're both going down together type. Like, he's old school, blue collar, Alberta dude. Like, fuck, we're Canadian, so we have fucking healthcare, thank God.
And he's Canadian. That doesn't mean he shouldn't have an opinion. I guess, okay, wait, that's not fair. I guess he could give an interesting experience because he does live in a country where it's only universal healthcare.
But dude, if you took away one of his kids because he was paying you for healthcare, and then you were like, what's your son's name? Connor? Oh, we only cover children with 7-letter names, not 6. Dude, let's just say he's not showing up with with subsonic rounds and a mask on, dude. He's showing up with a bazooka with a switch on it, Charleston White style. Hell yeah, I got switches. And dude, I know I'm talking extremes. Like, I'm talking, like, I get as a blanket statement, it's not okay to fucking kill people.
Do you think this guy's like funny? I'm curious on what he is as like a comedian, genuinely. Anyways.
You can't just go killing people. Obviously, I know that, because then the floodgates open. It's too many. I get it, right? But I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to judge what this guy was going through as if I would be on some moral high ground if I was in the same place. And everyone's like, no, it doesn't matter. You have to let it go through the courts.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I think I just don't like how this guy talks, because it's like, it just feels like he's just trying so hard to like fucking just resonate to like his audience, because he knows that everybody's like mad about this, right? I don't know.
I pray your composure does.
I mean, fuck. I mean, he's doing something right? Like, he has fucking 680K guys. Fuck. More and more, I'm just like, maybe I should just grift. The advantage of also the fact that I've talked to both sides like pretty extensively is I know exactly how to fucking grift both sides. I know exactly what gets you horny if you're on the right. I know exactly how to get you bricked up if your beliefs are on the left. Like, I could be fucking goated at that. And right now, right, based on popular vote, it seems like it's more Republican. So, guys, maybe I just fucking grift that. You know how fucking easy that'll be? You know how easy it'll be to have this broccoli haircut? Fucking broccoli haircut and just start grifting? And just knowing exactly what heartstrings to pull? You know how easy that'll be? My opinion again, he is a model that actually wants to see both sides for his own political beliefs. He is a PBS of YouTube. Bro, PBS of YouTube is fucking wild. All right, guys. Honestly, I'm probably gonna end it here. I can do this again tomorrow because I want to keep looking at stuff like this. Chat, what do you guys think? You guys like this? You guys like this stream? I lose children when hearing Gen's voice. I'm about to get Gen coin. Yeah, you guys like it? That was fun. I'm not gonna lie, I always do want to stream more, but I always have like such like a good gooning sesh. I always have like such like a resistance to like start streaming. But once I get into it and you guys bring like the energy like you guys have been, excuse me, it's a lot of fun. It's easy. And I feel like I can connect with you. So yeah, guys, I guess tomorrow night I can also do the same thing. I can also take like closer look. If you guys don't mind, because my fucking mods are ridiculous, join the Discord. And if you want to consistently like tune into these, I'm looking for some mods because my mods are just need to get fucking eliminated. CEO of United Healthcare style. No, I'm kidding. Join my Discord too. You also get notifications. You guys can also like send me shit that I should react to. So do that. See, like, look at this. I'm doing my own fucking job as a moderator. I want to be a mod. Natania, I've seen you like in these I've seen you in the trenches. I feel like, yo, like join the Discord. Fucking join the Discord. Follow me on Twitter. That's all I ask of you guys. And then we could do it again tomorrow. Do we get health insurance? No, hell no. It's slavery. The mod position is fucking slavery. You'll just get disrespected by me. You won't get paid shit. I'll roast you for being shit at your job. It's horrible. You don't want to join. But with that said, I'm not paying you shit. You get nothing and you'll be happy. That's exactly right. Fucking join my Discord. And follow me on Twitter. Thanks for joining, guys. Yeah, you get United Healthcare. You get the United Healthcare special if you join us as mods. You'll get high premium. You get high premium benefits. All right, chat. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate it. Thanks for joining. We'll talk tomorrow. Peace.